Now, the postman has been, and he's delivered me some things which we're going to look at. So, when I was testing this layout, not using the HM2000 wire, I was just using this 9-volt battery plugged onto these two wires here to run it. And I was quite taken with how convenient and easy this was. So I have since decided this is going to be run off of battery power. Now, I've been doing a bit of running on this battery, and I've decided that really moves a bit too quickly. Certainly when the body's on that I've got, it looks like it's zooming around. So this is obviously 9 volts, but 4 of these combined, AAAs or AA's, the same, is only 6 volts, so it should run about a third slower than that. So to that end, the postman has delivered to me, firstly, this, which has an on-off switch, and it is just simply some of the finest cheap eBay electronics money can buy. So if I put these batteries in here quickly and turn it on and touch the wires to the connections, you should be able to see that it will run at a bit of a better speed. Now I have to set aside that it ran a bit shakily because these tinned ends are very short and not the best, and they're a bit better on those. So that's the first thing. Second thing is this, which arrived with just everything sort of scribbled on it, which I wasn't quite expecting, but doesn't really make any difference. Should be a pack of 5. Pack of these 5 battery caps. So the idea is, don't know why I pulled all of them out. The idea of this is that I can solder these together and one of those on there, and then I can solder one of these again to that, which will then give me the option to either plug a 9-volt battery directly into that, or if that's on the end, plug that into that and run this as a battery powered layout. I'll do some tests and see how long the batteries will last, but first we better do a bit of soldering and wire all of this up. Now, yes, that sort of just plugs onto the top, as I'm sure people are most aware, and then yeah, you just touch it on the track. And there we go. And then the idea would be much the same with the battery pack. So I'm going to solder this up. The original idea, I had a couple of ideas. The first one would be to just solder one of those to that and have that as the 9-volt one, and solder one of those to this and have it as the 6-volt one, and have the options to have them both there. But that seems a bit pointless to me. So effectively this is going to run on a bus wire, which is very funny because this is less than 2 yards long. Each one of these is a yard of track and there's bits cut off of it. So we've got a bus wire on probably the smallest layout I think I've ever seen someone put a bus wire on. And the other option is if the batteries are plugged in there and that's providing power, I don't know if it's going to back feed into the other batteries, and I don't like things like that. So that's one thing to be aware of. The other thing to be aware of, primarily I want the layout to run this way, which means when all of these are set up, negative is actually going to run to the red. So negative on one of these is the large connection. So where all these wires will solder together the correct colours, and then the wrong wires will solder onto them, which will probably wind some people up, but that's just poor planning really. I should have put the fish plates on the other way around, but you live and you learn, I guess. So yeah, we'll get that all soldered up and then we'll come back once that's done. My soldering iron isn't great and I'm not very good at soldering, so I'm not going to do it on camera because one, it won't be very valuable, and two, it'll just be annoying me. So do that and then we'll come back when that's done. Okay, after what could be described as a gold medal winning attempt in the soldering Paralympics, we now have this wire soldered, and I won't lie, it's only soldered onto that one because trying to solder all 3 of them together at the same time using just my hands didn't go very well and ended up throwing wobbly. So we'll keep that as like a reserve wire, I guess. So we've currently got this gluing to hold it, sort of keep it covered up, and that works just fine. Obviously it's not actually plugged on there, but there we go, it's zipping about. Ooh. Very lovely. Now what we'll do is, because we want the battery box as well, is we'll just cut out a block there for that to sit, but obviously because that's going to have one of these connected to it again that way up, that effectively the battery box can sit over here somewhere. So, and that will just act as a joiner for the two. So there we go, that's the wiring. we'll call that wiring done. I probably won't show any of the process of fixing the battery box there because, again, it's just the same as this, and I didn't show any of this either. So now we'll get on to scenery, I guess. Well, jump cut a bit, and I am quite excited about this. It's kind of taken place a bit. If I remove these two buildings, you'll see a 9-volt battery and a lead, and indeed the battery pack will sit up here somewhere, so it is covered by this same building. But if we just get this plugged in that way around. That's about right. There we go. A train is running about. So there we go. That's kind of the idea. I think we're going to have a yeah, it's kind of where they're going to sit, and we'll have a wall that runs along about here, and probably along the edge as well. Just around, we'll bookend the whole site. This will be a field. This is going to be a bit sort of slaty. Oh dear. This is going to be a bit sort of slaty, I suppose. And yeah, that's pretty happy with that so far. So yeah, some more updates will come on this project when I have them, but at the moment a train is running powered by battery around and around a little industrial layout. So there we go, we've got multiple locomotives ready to sort of be looked at. If I sort of bring the tripod down a little bit, maybe we can get a better look at this one that's running around. Ooh. This is a little 3D printed loco body I got from, I think, Thingiverse or Shapeways, one of them. I've done some little bits and pieces to it, which I'm going to detail. I have a second one, which is over here somewhere behind me, which I intend to do pretty much exactly the same things to, I'm doing it in a different colour. So, yeah, I mean, there will be a tutorial, I'll say tutorial, there'll be a sort of what I have done to get that looking like that. The wagon behind, little roco, well, tipper of some kind. I'll get a few more wagons, maybe some box wagons, maybe more open wagons like that, just to run a little bit of a train. But this is effectively what this layout is only ever going to do, and it will be decorated quite well, I hope. A bit similar to how my shelf layout up there was decorated. My big layout, which you may notice is not on this table anymore for reasons that will be explained, or maybe have already been explained in another video, was never decorated very well, or even at all. So this one I want to do a lot of detailing to. I think it's going to look very, very nice. So thank you for watching episode 2, which was kind of sort of called wiring and electrics. So I didn't really show anything. So maybe this is more of a little update, I guess. But more to come when I can be bothered to do it. But yeah, at the moment I'm just fascinated and really much enjoying watching this train run around the layout like this. Just a quick thing, I don't know if anyone noticed, the chimney on the tower there has got a nice big bit of oh, it's me. Hello. So this is a face reveal. The chimney there has got a bit of smoke that I've made on it, which is very nice. There we go. Let's put that down there. Yeah, train running. Happy Sam. I don't know if that might be a name reveal as well. Happy Sam. Train running. All is well in the world at the moment.